What if I told you that the secret to a thriving spring garden starts right now, in the middle of winter? And part of it comes from ancient wisdom passed down through generation. That's exactly what I'm doing right here in my basement greenhouse, where my spring garden is already being born. Today is February the 9th, and I've started some cool weather seeds in my indoor greenhouse. Mustard. In this row, I have some collards, bok choy planted in this row. I have some kale and some curled kale. Those two pots in the back, the packet had marked curled kale, but when I planted from the packet before, they turned out not being curled kale. They were regular kales. So I marked them differently to differentiate them from the curled kale. I want to make sure that this new packet of curled kale that I purchased is actually curled kale. And in this row I have some Swiss chard. These are some cow pots, and these pots were pots that I'd used last year to start some seed indoors, but my garden was so packed and I didn't have the space to put whatever was in these pots. So I allowed these to die back and couldn't get anyone to take the remainder off my hands. So I'm reusing these pots again this year to start seeds. All I did was had some warm tepid water to the cocoa coir to moisten it, and then I put my seeds in. So I'll keep you on the progress of these. And of course those are my potatoes that started to make buds, so I put them in a little water to keep them moist, and I'll keep you on the progress. Today is February the 16th, and checking up on the seeds that I planted a week ago, February the 9th. I always like to put the date on the back of my plant tags when I sow them. These are bok choy. They started to germinate. They're germinating nicely. These over here are some collards. One is breaking ground. Over here I have some kale that have started to germinate, and these are some Swiss chard. Over here I have my sweet potatoes. Oh, that one is beginning to send some roots right there. Those are some roots. Oh, those are roots right here. I got some roots. So I need to give it some water. Today I'll be putting in some choy seeds, chayote or chayote. Not sure how that's pronounced, but in Jamaica we call this chocho. So I got these seeds on Amazon, and I will be planting a few of these, and in these cow pots. I have some cow pots here, and I'll be starting some of these seeds, and in the spring when the outdoors warm up, I'll be taking these plants outdoor and plant them so they can run on a trellis. Wish me luck on these seeds, guys, because it gets very hot here in the summer, and this is a plant that does not like the heat. It like cooler temperature. So I'm gonna try my best to keep these alive, and hopefully they will produce. So I've selected a few seeds, and I will be planting these. I'm gonna put two seeds each in the pots. I will be doing this one here is cut off a little bit, so I'm not sure if it will germinate. So I did 4 pots. 1, 2, 3, 4 pots. And I figured I'd plant all of them, and if the heat don't agree with it when it get warmer in the summer and some of them cease to live, at least I'll have maybe 1 or 2 that I'm able to keep and grow them until they mature into fruits. The more the merrier, right? Today is March the 2nd, and my chayote seeds are bursting out the ground. Awesome. They are growing. These are my mustards. Over here, my collards. These are some bok choy, my Swiss chard and kale, my onions, and sweet potato slips. They're doing awesome. I think these lights are too close to the plant, so I'm gonna tilt it upwards so the light bounces off the side of the greenhouse instead of directly onto the seedlings. And that's one right here. Have that one bouncing off the roof down on the plants. Let it bounce off the roof instead, down on the plants. Right here, tucked in my indoor greenhouse, mustard greens, kale, Swiss chard, chayote, collards, bok choy, and even sweet potatoes are already sprouting. Why? Because if you want a strong spring garden, you don't wait until spring. You prepare now. And this isn't just about throwing seeds into the dirt. It's about timing, knowing your zone, understanding your soil, and even tapping into the age-old wisdom found in something I live by from time to time, the Farmer's Almanac. Now, let me tell you a little secret I learned growing up. My father, an avid farmer, never started his planting without first consulting the moon. Yes, the moon. He believed that planting by the moon's phases influenced how well crops would grow. As a child, I thought it was just one of those old folks' tales. But guess what? Science is catching up, and so am I. Some of my best harvests have come from syncing my planting schedule with lunar cycles. It's like my garden is plugged into nature's rhythm, and it works. What about you? Have you ever tried planting by the moon? Or is this your first time hearing about it? Drop a comment and let's talk about it. Why indoor seed starting changes everything. The reason I'm starting indoors isn't just to get a head start, it's about control. I control the temperature, the light, the moisture. By the time spring weather finally settles down, my plants will be strong, ready to handle the transition outdoors. And trust me, that head start makes all the difference when it comes to early harvest and healthier plants. Want to know what I'm planting? How I'm planting, and why my father's moon sign planting tricks still influence me today? Let's dig in. If you have kitchen scraps like sweet potatoes sprouting on your counter, don't toss them, plant them. If you have got seeds from last season or even produce you bought at the store, start those too. Gardening doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to start. What's your spring garden looking like? Are you starting seeds indoors yet? What are you growing this year? I want to hear all about it. Share your seed starting lineups in the comments. Let's swap ideas and learn from each other. And if you're wondering how to plan your planting dates, let me tell you, the Farmer's Almanac is a gem. It's not just a weather predictor. It's a full guide to frost dates, moon phases, and planting schedules tailored to your zone. I check mine every year, and you'd be surprised how often it's spot on. Combine that with a simple garden journal where you record what works and what doesn't, and you'll be gardening smarter, not harder. If you're ready to make this your best garden season yet, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can follow this garden's journey from seed to harvest. If you have any gardening wisdom passed down from family or your own tried and true tips, drop them in the comments below. This channel is all about community learning, and I'd love to feature some of your advice in my upcoming videos. Let's grow together, one seed at a time. This is your girl Dottie from Greener Acres Gardening Oasis. Gargle, gardening always, growing on. See you in the next video.